Reid, start off with the first quarter. Defensively, you guys faced some bad field position, but sort of held up, only giving 10 points when you had 3 drives start in your territory. That sort of set a bit of a tone, did you think?
Yeah, I thought there was a tone set early on defense, and just guys playing hard and physical and just answering the bell. On defense in Division I football, you're going to be put in tough spots sometimes. Crazy things happen in this game, and if you want to be a great defense, you got to be able to put out the fire. That's what we like to call it.
How was it different this week than it was the last couple weeks? You didn't give up as many explosives, and you made TCU at least earn everything. Why was it different this time around?
I'd just say people around the building put in, even more time than we already were. I mean, we've been putting in a lot of hours, to prepare for these games, and the last couple of weeks, it hasn't really reflected like the amount of time that we've put in. But this week we found a way to put in more time and practice hard and make the most of just about every minute that we had out there at practice. Like I'm sure Coach Rod probably already said that we had a great week of practice and put ourselves in a good position to compete tonight. So,
as a leader of the last fumble, how close were you to the last fumble?
Really close. Yeah, it was. That one's going to sting for a while. In football, it's like, sometimes the ball bounces your way. That was literally the exact scenario. I mean, if it would have bounced 4 inches my way to the left, then it would have been Mountaineer football with, I don't know what the time or the clock looked like, probably like a minute 40, inside 2 minutes, somewhere around there. So it's tough.
As one of the leaders of this defense, how do you gauge the vibe now, and how do you, in comparison to where it was the last few weeks? Like, do you notice a different energy around this defense, or was it just the game didn't unfold the right way? How did this effort happen, the first several weeks of the season happen effort-wise, and then not get here? And I asked that because Coach Rodriguez did bring up that in this game he felt there were fewer loafs and there was more of a hard edge energy than, say, last week.
I'd just say, I'd go back to the week of practice that we had. We had a lot of loafs on film again in the UCF game, and a lot of mental errors. And as players, you got to be mature enough to look at yourself in the mirror and watch yourself on tape sometimes and be like, well, that's not good enough, and that's not going to get it done. And I think that everybody on this team looked at themselves in the mirror and made a decision that this week there's going to be missed plays, there's going to be some mental errors that happen, but effort can make up for a lot of that. And, it's a goal of ours to be the hardest playing team in the Big 12, and if not the country. So I think we took some steps tonight, I would say.
You held up to 96 rushing yards and less than 3 yards a carry. What went right for you rushing? It seemed like the tackling was a lot better.
Yeah, tackling was a lot better. Still missed some. I missed a couple. But I'd say that, Coach Alley did a great job of getting us prepared and ready to know, like, where we need to be in the fits and all that sort of thing. And, rather than, being out there and reacting, it was more anticipating this week. And that allowed us to get downhill and, hit the guy maybe at the line of scrimmage or a yard past the line of scrimmage and get him down rather than, be 5 yards off the ball, and then it bleeds for 7 or 8.
Still lost, but is this something you can build off of?
Yeah, it's definitely something that we can build off of. I mean, if nothing else, what happened tonight is we took a step in, like, the identity of this team. It needs to be a blue collar. Like, we're always going to play hard, like, no matter what the circumstances are. And, just from an injury, like, standpoint, it's kind of put us in a position to where we got some young guys playing in some really key roles. And, for them to be in a game like this where everybody, played really, really hard and we were just one bounce away, I think it was good for them to see that and, realize that young that being a play away, and it was. I think that we took some strides in the identity. Not there yet, but we're getting there.